If you don't like it, just own it. Hey rabbits, it's Trixie, and today I want to talk to you about a fun little trick in German. You can turn certain German words into their evil twin by adding un to the front. Yeah, I hear you.
Tell me something new that works in English too. Happy, unhappy.
True, but hear me out. Because in German, that little trick doesn't just work with adjectives. It also works with nouns. Even ones you wouldn't expect. But first, let's start with the adjectives. As my hater's sidekick just pointed out, adding un to an adjective flips the meaning. It makes a neutral or positive word undesirable. See what I did there? This trick works in English and German, though not with every adjective. You can't say unyellow, undark, or unbeautiful.
What a shame, because unbeautiful would fit you perfectly today.
Right, let's take happy, unhappy. In German, that's glücklich and unglücklich. Other examples include gemütlich, cozy or comfortable, and ungemütlich, uncomfortable. Gerecht, which is fair or just, and ungerecht, not fair. Same as the comments the hater sidekick makes.
Aw, thanks for the compliment.
And of course, then there is the most German example of them all. Ordentlich, which means orderly or tidy, versus unordentlich, messy. I can practically feel all my German viewers breaking out in cold sweat right now. Yes, friends, there are people out there, places out there that are unordentlich. So, good news! In many ways you can un a German adjective the same way you can in English. Simple, right? Now, before we move on to the nouns, let me quickly say something a bit more personal. As much as I love making these videos, and I'm genuinely happy to be back, YouTube's algorithm hasn't been too kind to me since I returned. Which means, realistically, I won't be able to keep this up if I rely on ad revenue alone. So if you enjoy my content, I'd be incredibly grateful if you considered supporting me on Patreon or simply... That's all. Thank you. Now let's look at nouns. And no, I don't mean the obvious ones such as Glück and Unglück, Gerechtigkeit and Ungerechtigkeit. I'm talking about words like word. Yeah, really. In German, das Wort means word. And if it happens to be a word you don't like, just call it das Unwort. It could be a slur or just a word that you find offensive, nasty or unnecessary. Actually, since 1991, Germany has had an official Unwort des Jahres, the non-word of the year. It's usually a word that has become popular in the media, but is used excessively in a harmful, polarizing or discriminatory way. Some past winners include das Humankapital, die Lügenpresse and die Klimahysterie. Very unbeautiful indeed. It gets even more abstract though. After the non-word, there's also the non-thing, das Unding. It means something bold, absurd, or unacceptable. A thing so ridiculous or offensive that you refuse to even call it a thing. And now a shout out to all my fellow introverts. What if you don't like people? Well, just them. Der Mensch means human being. Der Unmensch, on the other hand, is someone so cruel and horrible that you feel they actually deserve losing their human status. Be careful though and take what I previously said with a grain of salt. Unmensch is a pretty strong word. We often rather use it defensively. Ich bin doch kein Unmensch. Hey, I'm not a monster.
Well, if you say so.
We've und words, things and people. Who's the next target? Well, plants. Don't be scared, I love you. And you, which is also you. If you're into gardening, or if you have a few sad pots on your balcony, like me, you know there are plants that you want to grow, and others you'd rather get rid of. Weeds. In German, das Kraut means herb, but that contains the good herbs, the ones that witches use to heal animals, if that's what witches do. But what if it's a herb you don't want? You guessed it, it becomes das Unkraut. No mercy. Anyway, for both Kraut and Unkraut to grow, you need sunshine and nice weather. But what if it's stormy, cold and grey instead? Well, that's called German summer. And also, das Unwetter. Just slapping in front of something you don't like? Honestly, kind of brilliant. Direct. Efficient. Though some people may call that nonsense. Which brings me to my last example. Der Unsinn. Just like in English, sense, nonsense. In German it's der Sinn and der Unsinn.
But wait, if Unsinn is just nonsense, what's so special about this whole thing in German then? One language uses the other uses none. So what? Why are you wasting our time?
Well, the function might be similar, but there are two big differences. Firstly, German mostly uses while English spreads the job across non, die, dis, in. It's a bit more focused. To negate a word, English often uses various prefixes or even completely new words. What about recycling, eh? Germans do it with their words. Is like a linguistic Swiss army knife. Just stick it on and boom, evil version unlocked. Secondly, the German feels stronger and more judgmental. In English, none can sound neutral, like a non-native speaker or non-smoker. It's just a clarification, no judgment. But in German, often carries a strong emotional or negative charge. You're not just not a good person, you're an Unmensch. You're just a plant growing where somebody doesn't want you. Unkraut. German doesn't just negate with it condemns. It's savage and I love it. So if you don't think that this video was an Unding or Unsinn, consider leaving a like. And if you did think it was Unsinn, well, leave a like anyway. I wish you all a great day, no Unwetter, and see you next time. Bye!